All right, welcome everybody to Lee County Advisory Committee meeting. We hadn't had one since we had our meeting March 3rd, I believe it was, the week before the pandemic came into effect, I guess, almost 2 weeks before. So I was trying to stretch this out so that we could do the next one in person as well, but we're not there yet. I feel like we're getting closer, those kind of things, but not quite yet, especially to be hosting a meeting in our office. So we'll look forward to doing that hopefully this fall, I'll hope. But anyway, we'll get right into the meeting the best we can. We appreciate everybody being here. First on our agenda is Michael McManus, our district director for the PD. And he's going to give us a little update on what's going on in the district and any news of that sort. So, Michael, thank you for being here.
Thank you, David. And good morning to everyone that's here today. And thank you for joining us via Zoom. We do appreciate it. As David mentioned, we really would like to be doing these in person, but we're still feeling the effects and trying to work through this pandemic that we're having. But just want to give you kind of a brief, quick update on extension. We have been for several months working remotely, but still answering our calls, and our agents are still going out to visit clients when they need to. But for the most part, many of our offices were not accepting clients in the office. We have been progressing to a status where we are now. All staff are coming back to the office on a schedule, and several of our offices are opening on a limited basis, but we are open to the public and having clients come in quite a few of the counties. And we hope to be progressing where all counties are doing that soon, but we are basing it on DHEC numbers, and so far they've been looking pretty good in Lee County. So we are happy that that office is open to the public at least several days during the week. In Florence, we've been open several days during the week, but like Chesterfield, Lancaster, and Darlington, for some reason, those numbers don't seem to be freeing up enough for them to be open to the public yet. So, but we hope to be getting that way soon. We have done a little redistricting in the state, and as of July 1, the PD district will be picking up one more county. Williamsburg County will be joining the PD district, so we will be a district of 11 counties. And there's been some changes in all of the other districts, but that's the biggest change for the PD district. We are, on a positive note, we are hiring some people. We just hired a new 4-H agent for Kershaw County, and this is the first hire since before the pandemic, and they started on yesterday. We did interviews for the urban horticulture position in Darlington and Florence. We have extended an offer. We're waiting to hear back on that offer, so we do hope to have someone on board in that position in the near future. We will be doing interviews on May 26th for our agribusiness position for the PD, which will be housed in Darlington. So hopefully those interviews will be successful and we will be able to bring in a candidate for that position. So 3 new hires, couple of, we do have a resignation. Our 4-H agent in Florence, Faith Truesdale, will be leaving us June 10th. She will be going back to Farm Bureau, so hopefully she will be able to assist us in other ways, but that position is vacant and we hope to fill that one in the immediate near future. We also have a Darlington 4-H position that is on the docket to be filled hopefully in the new fiscal year. So those are where we are at with positions. So are there any questions or anything that anybody has concerns or questions about related to the PD or to Lee County that I can possibly answer or that David can answer? Joshua, can you unmute if anybody has a question? Or
if anyone has a question, hit the request to unmute and it'll pop up on a host screen and I'll be able to hit it.
Okay. If not, those are my updates, and I will be on for a few minutes if anyone does have questions that I can possibly answer, or you can put them in the chat and I could answer them that way as well.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Josh, you just unmute everybody with this size crowd. I think we'll be fine. We're not going to worry too much. If we get some background noise, we can mute them back. That way everybody be open to free discussion if it as need be. I'm going to go with the legislative update. The state legislature adjourned last week without passing a budget, which was not unexpected. The House will come back next week and start working on the budget. One of the main reasons that they didn't want to do anything yet is they're still trying to count all their money. That's a good thing. Our revenue has been higher than expected with the pandemic issues. We're not quite at the levels they anticipated, before the COVID hit, but we are much better off as far as what the state revenues has been, plus all the extra money that's been coming into the state from the COVID federal money. We actually have, the state has $1.7 billion of the first stimulus check that they have to figure out best ways to utilize that and spend that short term. And then they've got another $2.1 billion came in the second wave to the state that they're going to have to figure out. So when they passed the Senate, House originally passed the first version of the budget, they did not, they didn't include a lot of things because it was early on and we were really unsure about what kind of funds would be available to the state. The Senate passed their version just a few weeks ago and realized that things were better. So they included most things that were in our Clemson's request to the budget, to the state to improve our budgets. The things the Senate passed included were the Sand Hill Research Center. They did 1.1 million in statewide comprehensive extension programming, 1.4 million in recurring money for critical fruit and vegetable research. And then they did $2 million funding for the PD Rec greenhouse construction. So none of those things were in the House version, but we feel pretty confident that when the House and Senate get together with seeing where we are in the budget right now, that things are looking much more promising as they develop that on out. So that's kind of where the State House is now. John Broadway is our CI committee member from the county. I don't see him. He's been struggling with a few health issues, but we do have Alma Harris, the director of SEAC. Alma, do you have anything you want to share about the upcoming meeting, or did I catch you off guard?
I'm sorry, I was trying to unmute.
Okay.
Okay. We have a meeting planned, a Zoom meeting next week, May the 27th. And if anybody's interested in joining that meeting, we'll be glad to send the link. But otherwise, you all are doing a fantastic job. And we appreciate that because you are the foundation of Extension. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate you joining us today. Always good to have you back. And I mean, this is for you. You used to come to our meetings regularly, so it's good to have you back with us here.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Now we'll move along and do let the agents do a brief update. I didn't give them all the time limit, but I hope you all value everybody's time and just kind of give us the highlights of what's going on during the pandemic year. And I'll just kind of call on you as we go around the room and in order on my screen. So we'll start with Weatherly. You good to go on? Is that I-20, I hope?
It is. It is. I'm on my way to Britton's Neck in Marion. But
sure,
yeah,
that's where everybody is.
Yeah. So I'm Weatherly Thomas, and I'm a rural health and nutrition agent. I specialize in things that have to do with food insecurity, and I have been. I work in Lee and Marion counties, and during the pandemic year, stayed busy. I built some mobile markets for the counties that I work in, and also one for Hampton County. And I've been building gardens everywhere, community gardens, and I'm co-chair of the Lee Interagency Coalition, and we're doing a lot right now, and then also involved with the Lee Farm and Garden Committee, and we've got that new farmers market shed going up at Levy Park. It's a 40 by 60 shed that will house the farmers market on Saturdays, and then behind that we'll have a garden area, which will be pretty fun. We're working with some high school, FFA, and local leadership groups. Do some things there, and I think Wanda, if she can go next, she can build on what we've been doing in Lee County as far as rural health and nutrition.
That sounds good. We'll hand it off to your teammate Wanda there. She can pick up where you left there. Thank you, Wanda.
Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to pick up from where Weatherly left off. We are working with Mount Calvary Missionary Baptist Church in Lee County as well to increase their capacity with the food share, which is the fresh food boxes that we have partnered with the food share out of Columbia, the University of South Carolina School of Medicine. So we're working to increase that hub in Lee County. They have recently received funding to add an additional building on their property to house all of their food ministries out of. Weatherly and I helped them with that process of getting funding to build that building. So they're now in the process of constructing that building, and hopefully by the end of May or the beginning of June, that building hopefully will be completed, and they will host all of their food ministries, food pantries out of that new facility. Also, I have a meeting this afternoon with a few people from Lee County. We have just secured a location to do a destination spot in Lee County, and the people that I'm meeting with this afternoon, we'll talk more about that this afternoon when we meet. So look forward to working with that group, and hopefully on the next advisory council meeting, we'll be able to share a little bit more about that destination spot in Lee County. And Weatherly and I are always available. If anyone has any questions for us or need us for anything, just reach out and give us a call. Thank you.
Thank you, Wanda. We'll move down. Cindy, you're next on my screen. So Cindy Welch, 4-H agent here in Lee County.
Morning, everybody. Yes, 4-H, South Carolina 4-H was really busy, even though COVID hit hard because of the schools and everything. But virtual became a reality for a lot across the state. But here at the PD region, we all joined together and did some virtual summer camps last summer. Camp kits went over pretty good, and then we did a holiday one for the holidays, and then we just finished up with a spring one about a month or so ago. So we were really busy, even though, and the schools were, a lot of them were not face-to-face, so we're doing virtual programs where we either can do it online or we can send the things into the teachers. So right now I have the Healthy Habits grant with 110 students at Dennis Elementary doing that. And at Lee Academy, they just finished up with the Journey to Mars. It was a STEM program, a grant also. And the school district has been calling me and emailing me. So we've lined up some stuff for the summer already, programs for the summer at several of the schools. And all our projects for 4-H are still going strong. Had chicks picked up yesterday for one participant with the poultry project here in Lee County. Got 2 participating in the small garden project, and camps for right now, statewide, they can be a week long. We got Camp Cooper and Camp Long going. But on the local level, we can't have week-long camps. We can have day workshops or non-consecutive days like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday camp. So those are being planned right now too. So I think the parents are really ready for these children to start participating again. So I'm just trying to get everything lined up for the summer. So it looks like it's going to be a busy summer for 4-H, which is a good thing. Anybody have any questions?
All right, thank you, Cindy. Lee, we have you next. Livestock.
Thank you, David. I'll keep it short and sweet. Kind of like what Cindy said. Really the only thing that changed during COVID was we moved from face-to-face meetings to virtual meetings. Just busy with farm visits. Done a ton of webinars. I haven't counted them, but I think the livestock team and me personally representing the PD region as a livestock agent, I've been involved in it's probably somewhere around 80 webinars at this point since COVID started. So we during COVID, we kind of reached a new clientele that we hadn't been reaching before we went virtual. So now as a team, we're trying to navigate once we get back face to face is keep engaging that new clientele that we weren't engaging before, while getting back to our traditional clientele that's certainly supported extension for the last several years. So that's something we're looking at. Some of these hybrid models where we might be face-to-face, but begin to meet the needs of that new clientele by offering a virtual component to a lot of our face-to-face meetings. So we're looking at that, looking at the technology we'll need to get that done and do a good job. A little bit closer to home as far as Lee County goes, and we're trying to get our Cattlemen's Association back up and going. We kind of laid off from the Central Cattlemen's once COVID hit, but we're in the process of planning our next meeting. So things are moving forward. David, not going to take up much time, but appreciate the invite to be here.
Thank you, Lee. We appreciate all you do for Lee County and along with all your other counties. It's good to have you with us today. Next, we got TJ Savarino.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to share my screen real quickly here. Don't expect you to not to cover everything in here, but just really echo what everybody said. You know, we've been, of course, limited with our in-person programming, and we've tried to adapt and have adapted successfully and been continuing to present material to our clients. And to echo what Lee said, you know, we've found that we are reaching more people in some of these webinars than we do in person. And so going forward, we're looking at some type of hybrid system as well to continue to reach those people who tend not to come to or are unable to travel and come to in-person meetings and continue to meet their needs. So we've done a number of webinars, as you can see in my list. And if anybody wants this list, I'll be glad to email it to them if you'd like to see more of it in person. To address what's coming up, we've got tomorrow, Ryan Bean and I are giving a, you see right here, a management of recreational fish ponds webinar, virtual program. And then June 15 and 16, we're going to do our, what has been a successful pine straw management webinar series that's been well attended, and we're going to present that again. Part of this is to help registered foresters achieve their continuing forestry education credits. A lot of them are looking for opportunities to get those credits. We've done a number of videos, filming projects, one on field characteristics of bobwhite quail habitat, which is now available online, and just recently won the Communications Award at the 2021 South Carolina Association of County Agricultural Agents meeting. We've done another one on introduction to the flora of xeric sandhills longleaf pine community, because a lot of people are involved in cost share through USDA and restoring pollinator and longleaf ground cover. But a lot of people don't know what some of these plants look like. They don't know how to tell the quote unquote weeds from what they're wanting to get. So we are still working on it to make it ADA compliant. I worked with, along with Corey Heaton and Ben Powell, also with Clemson Extension, to develop and film some education modules for the SCDNR solar pollinator program, which is focused on creating wildlife habitat in solar arrays, which are, you're seeing popping up everywhere, trying to make them wildlife friendly for people. It's a voluntary program. I also took part in the Longleaf Alliance Longleaf 101 class and presented a pine straw presentation as a recorded PowerPoint presentation. Worked on some publications that you see there. This one in particular was kind of pertinent right after we went into shutdown. You know, we always get photos from landowners wanting to identify certain things, but a lot of times the photos aren't quite there where we can do that. And so we put together a fact sheet on how to take good photos, which is available through HGIC. A couple of others on herbicide application. I'm also working with some other agents on developing research and demonstration areas around the state. And that's about all I have to cover. So we're definitely trying to meet the needs of our clientele. I've been out numerous times meeting with landowners, even early on. Early on, we tried to see if we could go out and take a look at an area without the landowner being present. And then eventually, as things loosened up a little bit, we met, of course, social distancing, wearing masks, and all that kind of thing. So been staying busy, trying to meet the needs of our clientele.
All right, TJ, thank you for all that. Appreciate all the work you do. I really appreciate the pond work. It's nice because it's not my area of expertise, and I was attempting to do those before you arrived, and that's not to have me out there. With that.
Yeah, that's one of our big things this time of year.
Yeah, that's a big demand. A lot of people love their ponds. Josh, you got anything up? Go ahead, Lee. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say I concur
Yeah.
with David's assessment. Thank you, TJ, because I'm like David. I think I destroyed a few ponds before you came on. So thank you.
Joshua, you had any information for what's going on around the office? Anything?
Well, here at the office, we are going back. I am here in person. Well, coming in June, I'll be here in person at least 3 days a week. Those that don't know, I am currently moving back to Bishopville, so I've taken leave for every Thursday, which TJ and David are working to help cover with me. So come June, I'll be right here in Bishopville again, be able to cover the office, be right down the street. If anyone needs anything after hours or if I'm on lunch, call me only if you need to when I'm there. But I'm looking forward to being back in the office. I love being here in person. Awesome office. We're updating a lot of our technologies. Just really with the pandemic and everything, really highlighted that need to be able to flip the switch and go hybrid or go full digital. And between Zoom and all our technologies and the new phone systems and just all the technology, we've really been able to meet the needs of our clientele, being able to reach people we haven't reached before. And David and Michael have been such a big help in helping get that implemented and meeting the resource needs. When I find out something is not going the way, we have our soil sample drop-off system set up for right now until things change. It's Monday. what's it, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, scheduled hours for sure. You can drop them off at Pickery Feed and Garden Supply any day of the week that they are open. You can also call and schedule with me and David if you need a large order picked up on farm or dropped off, and social distancing guidelines in place, following all the CDC guidance. I can't think of anything else, David. Did I miss anything, or do you need any? I can't think of anything else.
You can show them the, we now can accept credit cards in the office, which was something that we couldn't do for a while. We've got a new Clover machine that's right there beside Joshua's on his desk. And, but anyway, so we've got that capability for anybody that needs that for any of our soil sample services, programs, anything. So that's good.
Okay.
I guess I skipped me. We're still working with the farmers. We never really stopped. Anything that needed to happen in the field, we continue to do throughout the year and continue now. I don't know if we embraced the virtual as much as other teams did, but we did provide the meetings that we felt were necessary. We had a statewide tobacco meeting that was well attended, statewide ARC PLC meeting that we hosted here, both out of Lee County for FSA programs, cotton, peanuts. So we've had good attendance, better than I was expected from the farm crew, getting on the Zoom or getting on with their phones while we were doing those meetings. And we've had a couple of statewide hemp meetings as well. So those have been well attended also. So things are going along well. I've actually been the speaker at the last few young farmer meetings here at the Cotton Museum, doing dicamba trainings or paraquat trainings, that kind of thing, trying to get some people some pesticide credits. We missed a little over a year with not giving any credits, so everybody's nervous about that, even though we got till 2024. That's about it there. I appreciate all the agents being on today and all the work that y'all do in Lee County for us throughout the year. Wanda, I believe Miss Terry is your new person on the advisory council. You want to maybe introduce her to us and or tell us a little bit about, or she can do it herself. It was good to have.
I'm gonna let Miss Terry do the introduction.
Okay.
Hi, Patty.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thanks for allowing me to be on. I'm Maddie Terry, and I own the cycling studio in the Food Lion Shopping Center. I am grew up here in Bishopville and moved away after high school and came back recently in the last 2 years. So I've been gone for about 30 years. And just noticed that there was a need for some physical fitness and just a place to come together and be active. So I opened the cycling studio, which is one of the exercises that I love to do. So I opened last February of 2020 and had to close because of the pandemic in March of 2020. So I was open for literally a month and had to close down. But since reopening, people are definitely starting to come back. It's getting a lot of good visibility, and it's fun. So if you haven't done it, come try a class. Classes are every day except Friday. There are Monday through Thursday, either 5:30 or 6 p.m. and Saturday mornings at 9 and Sunday afternoon at 4. And we have great instructors, and like I said, it's a fun way to exercise with with a group of people. We have I had started out with 20 bikes, and I removed 10 of them to have the social distance. So we implemented a lot of the CDC requirements, hand sanitizing. I clean the bikes thoroughly after every class. So we will continue to do that. But I'm great to be on and look forward to, helping any way I can to get some physical fitness back in Lee County.
We welcome you to the board, and we thank you for your willingness to service, and I'm sure that'll fall right in with the programs that Weatherly and Wanda are trying to do here in Lee County. We appreciate you. Now's the time of the meeting, and I would love to hear from who is on the phone with us today. I don't recognize that number. Who's 803-428? Who we got there? If you like to unmute, or you want to stay anonymous? All right, we'll let them stay anonymous. Well, that just leaves Andre is the only one we hadn't heard from today then. So Andre, you got anything going on? You want to join us, or you in the middle of something else too?
Hey. No, nothing's really going on. I'm just hoping and praying that we get some rain because our farmers certainly need it. Hoping we're not going to see much replant anything. So just trying to stay abreast of what's going on, and thank you guys for all that you do and keeping us updated.
All right. Well, the point of this board, other than to keep y'all updated, what we're doing is to seek leadership and guidance from the board members of any areas of programs that y'all think we might be underserving, or a program we're not serving at all. So we'd love to hear any ideas of an area that we need to strengthen, or a program you really like, anything on that line. If you don't feel with the small crowd of you here, I'll send an email out to everybody and ask them to submit some ideas or something after the meeting too. So we're always open to suggestions and thoughts and comments from all of our board and all the community actually. So we're here to serve y'all and the needs of Lee County the best way we can. So we'll be happy to entertain any thoughts or ideas now, or we can hold it off and look for some ideas through email or text, phone calls. Anybody have anything they want to add? Well, not hearing any, we won't drag this on. Hopefully, like I said at the beginning of the meeting, that we're going to free some things up over the summer, and I would love to look to having an in-person advisory council meeting with a nice big breakfast and stuff sometime in the fall. But that's Michael and I both keep promising everybody at the end of a Zoom meeting that we're going to feed people here before long, but that might be something about me and Michael and our personalities though. But anyway, I do appreciate everybody taking the time out this morning, getting together with us and getting this done, and we'll look forward to doing it in the fall the way we like to do things. So we thank everybody. If nobody has anything else, we will adjourn today's meeting.
Okay, have a good day.
See y'all next time.
Thank y'all. Have a good day.